Good morning. Today I am going to be comparing the translation of a small section of the New Testament into Spanish and English, two languages which I have spoken almost every day most of my life. As a person that's interested, if not obsessed, with precise translation, I'm always conscious and appreciative of the subtleties in the differences of the translation of the New Testament into languages that I know or that I am learning. The New Testament is the most translated document in human history, without a doubt, and I personally am very familiar with the text of the New Testament, as I have been exposed to it literally my entire life and many years of diligent study. So today I'm going to be looking at the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount is perhaps the most famous discourse of Jesus Christ in the New Testament. The Sermon on the Mount in Spanish is El Sermón del Monte, El Sermón del Monte. Sermon is the same word, just pronounced differently, sermón. El Sermón del Monte, of the Mount. Just like the brand of canned fruits and vegetables in the United States, Del Monte. The first section of the Sermon on the Mount is referred to as the Beatitudes. The blessed are the poor in spirit, blessed are the meek, and so forth. In Spanish, the Beatitudes is las bienaventuranzas, las bienaventuranzas. So as always, when I do a Bible text video, I use the most popular version in each language. So from the King James in English, the Sermon on the Mount, or the beginning of it, is found in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5, and today I'm looking at verses 1 through 3. Matthew chapter 5 verses 1 through 3 from the King James Bible are rendered as, "And seeing the multitude, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." A note about the English is the King James starts with the conjunction "and," which is not present in the Greek text. The King James just does this to keep rhythm with its poetic self. And also, the phrase "he went up into a mountain" kind of conjures a different image in English, because we think of mountain as like the Rocky Mountains or the Swiss Alps or something like that. More precise, it might be he went up onto a mount, like the Mount of Olives or the Temple Mount. In Spanish, it makes a lot more sense, as we'll see in a moment. So, in Spanish, from the Reina Valera 1960 revision, we find these verses rendered as, "Viendo la multitud, subió al monte, y sentándose, vinieron a él sus discípulos, y abriendo la boca, les enseñaba, diciendo, Bienaventurados los pobres del espíritu, porque de ellos es el reino de los cielos." So, subió al monte makes a lot more sense, even in modern Puerto Rican Spanish, because el monte is just any undeveloped area. If you have a wooded area, even in the city, a wooded lot, it's un canto de monte, a bit of mountain. Un canto de monte, el monte, any undeveloped area, really. So he went up into an area with no houses or people, right? Subió al monte. Y sentándose, and sitting down, vinieron, they came, a él, to him, sus discípulos, his disciples. Y abriendo la boca, and opening his mouth, les enseñaba, les, to them, enseñaba. He was teaching, past continuous. Diciendo, Bienaventurados los pobres del espíritu, porque de ellos es el reino de los cielos. Now, bienaventurados is a word that doesn't exist in modern Spanish or the modern Spanish vernacular. And if I were to translate, if I did not know the New Testament in Spanish, and I were to translate this from English to a Spanish speaker, I would not use bienaventurados, I would use the word bendito, which is also very popular in Puerto Rican Spanish. Ay bendito, bendito sea el nombre del Señor, blessed be the name of the Lord. Ay bendito, oh blessed, bendito. So I would say, bendito sean los pobres en espíritu, to correspond better with the English, en espíritu, instead of del espíritu, of the Spirit, as the Reina Valera puts it. And I would not say, porque de ellos, I would say, porque suyo es el reino de los cielos. because theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Porque suyo es el reino de los cielos. Once again, in Spanish, the whole 3 verses go. Viendo la multitud, subió al monte, y sentándose, vinieron a él sus discípulos. Y abriendo la boca les enseñaba, diciendo, bienaventurados los pobres del espíritu, porque de ellos es el reino de los cielos. I hope you appreciate some of the subtleties here and the differences of these translations. I know I do. God bless you. Thank you for viewing.